one of the guys wanted my friend. Oh, old men can lie. And then Paragata, you wanna have sex? Have sex with who? At home, HIV test. Peter Pianje. In my heart, I'm thinking about this man is so hard. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Almeed here. If you're new, my name is Almeed. Thanks for stopping by. If you are a returnee, thanks for coming back. Girl has wine today. So to those people that are not subscribed yet, please use this time to go ahead and subscribe. Today I'll be doing a story time that would definitely need wine. Okay, so today's story is in a nutshell, I'm just gonna call it being kicked out at 3 a.m. Even saying it out loud, I'm like, what was I thinking? So, a little back so that it makes sense, ne? Guys, I'm not crazy. I feel like other people are crazy, or the people I date or have things with are just crazy. I think I'm normal, like I'm fine. All right, so let me tell you a little backup story and then get to the part where homeboy decided. Okay, so this was way back and I was young and stupid and reckless. So we went clubbing with a friend of mine, and it was like one of those clubs where there's a restaurant and then there's a bar. Like you can order food, you know, those type of setups where you can order food. I don't know if, I feel like this new generation chill out spots don't have those things, but if you know what I mean, then you know that you're like an OG, like clubs 5-6 years ago, you know, there was like a restaurant and then a dance floor. So those dance floors or the clubs or that portion of this setup, they are usually small. They are not like, there's not like a huge dance floor whatsoever. So anywho, we went to this club with my friend. We're all dressed up. I have to use the word friend because if I say sister or cousin, like the person will be like, oh my god, you're not telling that story, are you? So no, we had food downstairs and then we paid our bill, right? And then after that we decided, no, let's just go see how the vibe is, because it was Friday, we didn't want to go home. No, we're feeling ourselves, you know, even if I look for those pictures there, feeling ourselves in the makeup back in the day. We have come a long way. So we went up and we started having drinks. This was like, no, I think at the time I was drinking what? Probably, if not Handa's cold, Handa's dry. So like I was drinking ciders. And then while we were on the dance floor, there were this group of 2 guys, right? And they kept, because as I said, the place was small. So they kept like moving closer to where we are, me and my friend. So to cut the long story short, one of the guys wanted my friend. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And then the next day they say, no, can we hang? No, like, what are you guys, because night's Saturday, what are you guys doing tomorrow? Can we hang? I'm like, no, it's cool. Oh, no, can I have your number? Then I can pick you up. We can do, you know, kapana, what. It's like, okay, cool, it's fine. Sharp. Everybody went their own ways. I drove back home. I dropped my friend. I drove back home. The next day, we met up again, and then we started off at kapana. We had a bit of meat, and then we started having drinks again. And so when we met up, it was like around 3 during the day. And then we ended up going to one of their friends' house. So now this friend is a little bit older than us. So let me call this also like my experience with older men. Oh, if you want to be lied to, my friend, date them old people. Those guys, they have marinated them lies. Anywho, so we went. And then this friend, the new people that we met now, the owner of that house, now he liked me. So at first it was awkward because I was like, I'm on. All right, so we got talking and he's like, oh, so how do you know my cousin and blah blah blah. So like, no, we met like literally last night at the club, and then today it's the second time, so they brought us here and whatnot. So he's like, oh, you seem cool, you seem matured way. Oh, old men can lie. No, you seem like, no, give me a number. Blah, 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 blah. I was like, okay, cool, here's my number, sharp, give me his number. And then we started talking. He would take me out on dates, we would do things together, but I wouldn't quote unquote label it dating, but it was kind of like heading there. So this one time, I was home. I think it was it was a random day in the middle of the week. It was a Thursday. So he calls, he's like, oh no, so what are you doing? No, can you come by, but don't drive. Just come so we can chill, watch movies or whatever. And then I was like, I don't feel like being in your house, just the two of us. I don't trust you enough yet for me to be able to do that. And he was patient, he was those smooth talkers. Hey, Maria Terumba. No, okay, it's fine. Whatever you want to do, sharp. And then the Friday, so that was the random day, the Thursday. The Friday, I don't know, I think I went to go watch this, it's not the newspaper cup, but it was like a football game. I think African Stars was playing or something like that. And then as we were leaving the football stadium, we locked eyes. I was like, is that the person that is? And he's like, oh, hi, how are you? No, if you're an African Star supporter, please, just for that alone, just like this video. After those games, people don't go home. Nobody goes home. What's at home? So he was like, oh, where are you guys going, Nana? And stupid old me, that struggle of finding parking at the stadiums, whatnot. So I was like, no, guys, we are all gonna go in one car and then we're just gonna come back together. It's like, oh no, where are you guys going? And we did not even have plans, so we're like, probably gonna chill at Wu's house and get drinks and stuff. It's like, no, come over to my house. Now, let me say the person lives in, say, Olympian. We need to use a location where it's difficult to find cab. This person lives in Olympia. Now, I know that I don't have a car, but the people that I'm with, I ask them, okay guys, can we go chill at Olympia at this guy's house? We can go get booze and then we take it there and maybe have a braai. They're like, no, it's fine, man. Hey, when you are young and you're making decisions, it's just based on, are you guys in? If everybody says we are in, okay, we get to his place and then we set up. It was nice, chill, nothing, no problems. And then now the drinks now started flowing, and then he called his two cousins, which were the two guys that initially, how I met him, how I got to know this person. All right. Then they came, it was nice. And then I realized that, okay, the people I'm with, they are all now getting sloshed. So I stopped drinking. Now the time is like, 1 o'clock, 1, 2 there. And then I'm like, no, I need to go so that we can start dropping off people. And then he goes, no, you don't need to go, just stay, it's fine. Let's rather sunrise if you feel like you are not safe or whatever, or you feel like your friends are getting too drunk or whatever. And then now we were four girls and one guy, right? Now my guy friend, he's on the other side, he's on the side with us, he's gay, he's proud gay, black man. So anywho, he's now in his own vibe. I don't know, I feel like my friends are lightheaded when it comes to alcohol. They can't handle their liquor. Anywho, and then I'm like, guys, are we gonna sunrise or what's up? Okay, and they're like, no, not to sunrise, so shitty, the night is still young, what. All right, cool. And then at some point, like say 4 o'clock in the morning there, I got to sit down with him. Now I'm drinking water, like I'm trying to dilute the alcohol. So we sat, and then we're having like a sort of conversation of starting to, like, it's now heading to that, okay, are you feeling me the same way I'm feeling you type of feels. But in the back of my head, I'm like, that age, I was maybe 23, 23 or 24, and he's like 36, 37. Okay, like if you are that young and the guy that age approaches you, like at the back of your head, you're like, oh my god, this can actually be my big brother. And he's like so old. Now that I'm older, I'm like, come on, I was just overreacting. So Anyhow, I'm like, no, it's cool, we can talk, whatnot. All right. So we sunrise. The next day, I dropped people home, and then I went to go sleep. I passed out the whole Saturday. I was nowhere to be seen. So Sunday, they were doing like Sunday session, poiki, whatnot. Back in the day, poikis were the thing. I don't know what you people do house Sunday sessions anymore, but back then poiki was like it. So he's like, no, come over to my place. We are having like a poiki and meat, what. So I was like, okay, cool. Then I told my other guy friend, I'm going to this guy's place, but he's picking me up. So now I'm not driving. We chill, and then it's like 8. Then everybody leaves, and I'm starting to read those vibes of he kind of planned this whole thing to get me alone. Like, you know, like the people that were there, I didn't know them. Like, I met them when we sunrise. It's like you meet someone, oh, this is John. You're like, oh, John from last night. How was it? Okay, that type of. So I didn't like know anyone there. Sharp. It's 8 now. People are leaving. No Sunday. Now Monday is work. Now I'm like, I asked him, are you planning on taking me home? He's like, no, don't worry. Let's just like clean up and pack things away, and then rest a bit, and then I'll take you. Okay, we pack up things. You know, that like their things precise in a precise order. We pack things away. What? Home girl is even playing housewife here at this point. Let's just call it that, because now I'm cleaning the house. And then as we are cleaning, we are talking, and and then after we are done, it's now going to 9:30. So we sit, and now I'm like, oh, I'm waiting for him to be like, okay, let's go, let me go drop you. It's not coming. House. Then he lies down on the couch, sits on the couch next to me, and then he just like he starts touching me and stuff. I'm like, at a point I froze. I was like, and then he goes, you don't need to be nervous. And I'm like, it's not that I'm nervous. It's not like it's my first time having sex or going there with a guy, but it's like the mere fact that it's you, and we've known each other like literally for 3 weeks or so, and you are just rushing everything and whatnot. And then he's like, so you need, and then he goes like, so do you want us to continue this thing, or do you want to get to know me? And then he goes, I don't want to be wasting my time, because I like you and what. And I was like, no, liking me is not the problem. That like it's not a problem. But my problem is you are just a hustler. Put some brakes on it. Like, ease me into this so-called relationship. Don't like, you met me 2-3 times and then you wanna have sex. Have sex with who? Oh shit, you might. Okay, and then I was like, the guy now stays at Olympia. Really, make it to know like there is no taxi in Olympia, like even at 4 during the day. So luckily I told my friend where I was going. So we have this discussion. Then we started making out, because now I was also, home girl was on a dry period. So I was feeling the guy. We started making out and whatnot. And then I was like, it's so random, but I always carry this at home HIV test. You see what I say? I'm not crazy. I feel like the people that I have sex with are crazy. So I pull it out. And then I'm like, since we don't know each other that well, we are gonna use protection. But like, it's not that. It's like, let's just get it out of the way and whatnot. It's like, yeah, of course we can do it if it will make you feel comfortable. I was like, yeah, it will. And then he's like, okay, let me first go take a shower, and then you can shower, and then yeah, we'll do it, and then after that we can get down to business. I need to drink wine. Wait. You people are probably wondering what the hell. Did I even tell you guys what wine I'm drinking? This wine is, let me show you the bottle. It's this. The Spear 1692. This. I love this one. Okay, let me continue with the story. So, we both showered. Now, time is like 2 there. And then I take the test, and then homeboy is still slicing, and then he takes it. So, it's not negative. But then it's like, I was getting this weird vibe, man. Like, guys, if a guy is older and doesn't have children and is like approaching those 40 years, it's like every young girl is a potential uterus to carry their kid. Because then after that, the conversation changed to, when do you want to have children? Do you think I'll be a good father? Would you mind carrying my kids? First time you're having sex, you're talking about kids. I'm not saying that my uterus there's anything wrong, Mara. I was like, no, I don't want to have children now. I don't think you'll make a bad dad, but I don't know you like that. And I'm not sure. So now this, and then it's like, what is it that you need to know for you to determine if a guy will become a good father and whatnot? I'm like, I don't even know how your relationships are with the people in your family dynamics. I don't know any of that. Like, literally, I didn't know you existed like 3 weeks ago. How do you ask such questions? And then he goes on and says, you are so judgmental and what. At this point, I take my phone and then I call my friend. It's now going to 2:30. I call my friend. I'm like, so I kept texting him the whole night. Like, I kept like going, are you sleeping? Guys, you need a best friend that can come pick you up if shit goes left. And then at around 2:30 there, I texted him like, bruh, please man, don't sleep because I don't feel comfortable where I am. And now this conversation is going left. And then he goes, the guy now starts going, no, you young kids, you are always like after guys with their own house and money and you just want to meet them and have sex and then fall pregnant. I'm looking at this guy, I'm like, huh? Are you the same person that I was talking to like a few hours ago? Because he just changed the moment I said I don't want to have kids. Or I didn't even say I don't want to have kids with you. I said I don't want to have kids at this very moment. And then he's like, no, what's the point of a relationship if you're not going to have children and get married? And I was like, but it did not seem like that's what you wanted. From the vibes that I was getting at the beginning were like, okay, let's hang, let's smash, and let's call it quits. You know, like those type of vibes. The guy was going in about background, upbringing. I was like, you know, when somebody talks and then you see their true colors seep right through and you're like, you don't know if you should be shocked or like, and I'm like, now in the back of my head I'm thinking, this homeboy is not planning on taking me home. He probably thinks I'm gonna sleep over, and if I do stay, it will probably end up being forcing sex things, being raped in Olympia. That is so fun. My head, you know, once somebody starts arguing and starts using hands or start pulling up their voices is going high, and I don't like those type of things. So I called, and then he's like, no. And then I told him, no, my friend will come get me because clearly this conversation is going nowhere. And then he's like, yeah, what type of friend will come get you like at 3 a.m.? And I'm like, because I'm not comfortable with you right now. Like, I'm not comfortable for me to actually sleep here. So, let me rather go. He's like, no, you're not gonna go. You need to stay and explain to me because this like the 4th time it's happening. I'm like, so you've been doing this thing on a regular, like it's now your thing. And then he's like, no, why are you saying that? Like, get out of my house. What? And then he goes, Pita Pianje. And I was like, eh? No, I'll open the gate for you from here. You can just go stand in the street and wait for your friend. I'm like, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. You are literally kicking me out of your house while I can just sit here and wait until the person that's supposed to come pick me up comes. And then I go, no, I don't want to see you. What? I was like, hey? I mean, we must start. In my heart, I'm thinking about this man is so heartless. He opened the no, first he opened the house. It's like, get out. Me now thinking, maybe he's joking. Went for she sit like we were sitting. Gave me the bag. Peter. Shit. I was like, I think at some point like mentally my mind was like going like, oh my god, but the fact that he was opening the door, I was like, okay, now let's just go, let me just go before it goes like, no, he's not gonna go in. Sharp, I waited in the street, then my friend came to pick me up. Yo, when I say my friend laughed at me. Oh my god. So luckily he came. I stood outside maybe like for what, 5-6 minutes, but you know when you are scared, those minutes like they feel like 30 minutes. Yeah, he came, he picked me up and he was laughing at me. He's like, I'll need you, ne? Like, what were you thinking? Like, even if I tell you what happened in that house right now, my experience, and I think from there I just got that fear of even saying hi to an older man. I'm like, once they say hi, like you just ask, do you have children? No. I keep walking. I'm like, no, I'm not having this. Sure. So guys, that was my story of, I think I went on and on. If you made it this far, then you like stories. But yeah, that was my experience of being kicked out at 3. I think the person that picked me up will probably be commenting down below, but I'll block his comment because man, when I was young, I was dumb. Oh, dumb. And anyways, if you got this far, please subscribe, like, comment if you've ever done anything stupid for a guy, or if you've ever been kicked out at 3 a.m. And yeah, thanks for watching. Until the next story time. I don't know, I feel like I should do this at least once a month. Thanks for watching.